What's good, guys? It's me, Gerald the Weep here, back again with another video. Okay, I have my turtle tank on, so but I did a pre-record, so you guys shouldn't hear it. I'll be making Anyos the what if you went to ReZero tomorrow. There's in the other Thursday. What if I was probably gonna make what if Asta had his Chaos Magic Friday or something like that, and I'm gonna make what if Asta had ReZero today. I'm still in school. I'm just recording my intro. I've been trying to upload a video for a minute now. I don't have my pictures yet, so yeah, this is just past Gerald. So I want you guys to enjoy the what if, and okay, let's get started into it. I'm not caught up with the new episode of ReZero. I don't know what's going to happen to the bunny rabbit, so the bunny rabbit thing is not going to be happening in this episode. So, okay, peace out from past Gerald. Okay, it's me, future Gerald. Now, like I was saying, hopefully you guys don't hear the turtle thing. It should be a lot more quieter, like I was saying before. Anyway, now, you guys should be able to see the images now. Now, um, is just training with his new power that he's found in the world of ReZero. And they have been able to unmelt 50% of the population, but there's still like half of their body is still traced inside of the ice. They still haven't found like a position, a way to fully get them out in like one attack. So they have to take breaks. And yeah, it's like I said, this was happening while Asta and and Amelia were getting eaten up by the rabbits. So when this was happening. So yeah, that's what they were doing. I just wanted to say that. And wants to find out more about this world and why he's in this forest, in Amelia's forest as an elf. Yeah, so you'll be seeing more of in a year from now. Okay, yeah, that sounds bad. You know what I mean. In 1 year time skip. But you see him in the future. Now let's get back to Asta. And yeah, so Asta pulled Amelia and Subaru out, and Subaru kind of lost it a little bit. He says, "Oh no, those rabbits, they're gonna eat Amelia. They're going to they're going to keep eating us. They're gonna keep eating us." And Asta is not with Subaru, and Asta's with Amelia. He doesn't know he knows what happened to Subaru about the rabbits. He knows, and he's in a very angered state, and he's just staying by Amelia as she is asleep, because he knows Subaru's gonna pull through. And yeah, and also Otto's there with Subaru, and he says, "Don't worry, Subaru. You're not a bad person. I'm pretty sure you can get through this." And Ram is like, "What happened in that trial, in the first trial? It happened to Amelia and him. What really happened?" And Subaru, yeah, he just kept mumbling for the rest of the day. And Garfield was starting to, how he, in the second timeline, Garfield started to distrust Subaru. So he's starting to be a little bit more stricter now. He's saying, "What happened to him?" He wants to know what happened to him, and he's also on guard because he doesn't know what he saw could be like evil or not. And yeah, I'm over to Austin. And okay, so the events of season 2, episode, I think it was episode 13, when Puck got rid of the contract with Amelia. Okay, it happens a lot earlier. Asta kind of does it, but the thing that Subaru did in the anime, I guess a lot earlier. Like I've been saying, I've been kind of hinting at it, and he's starting to cry too because he kind of feels guilty that he has to do this just to make Amelia do the trial. So he's going to just let it all out, all of his all of it. Okay, he's gonna let it all out in a minute. Okay, so yeah, so Amelia says goodbye to Puck, and she starts to cry. And Puck says, "You have Asa and Subaru and many others that you have become a ally with. just keep ending their bonds like you did with me. And I promise you, you'll be alright, Amelia. And he disappears. And Asta waits a couple of minutes before coming in again. As this was happening, Otto kind of speaks with Subaru and slaps him out of that when he was kind of going crazy out of a little bit, like when he was in the bed in the first part of the episode. So he walks out and he says, "You're right, I have," and like Otto slapped him pretty good out of it, and Asta is still with Amelia. You'll see Asta, how Asta and Subaru are come to meet again, and he says, "Yes, I have Asta, and his Black Bull friends, and I have you, Otto and Ram, and maybe even Garfield if he wants to join. I know we can defeat this threat." And he explains what happens, and he says he's not worried about the mansion anymore. He's just worried about what's going to happen here. So Subaru then kind of felt suspicious about Roswell, and he tells Roswell about what's happening at the what's going to happen at the mansion, and Roswell says he already knows. And he kind of says the same thing in the anime. You have to choose between one of them to save all the lives in the and not the Clover Kingdom. I'm sorry. Yeah, my audio kind of messed up. My computer shut down, so I'm kind of not in my groove like I was making the video before. So sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. So Subaru says, "All right, bet. I already know Asta, the Black Bulls can already defeat Elsa. I know so. I know they can do it. I just need to help Amelia." And Roswell says, "Sure, sure, sure. They can totally beat Amelia, beat her. But you could always have something else happen." And yeah, so Subaru says, "All right, bet. I bet I can beat her in this timeline." He says he bets that he can do it in this timeline too. And he walks out and he says, "We need to get preparations for to get everything ready for the evasion for the rabbits." And I do not know anything how the rabbits are gonna get defeated. So I'm going to figure out where I can read what happens, or like figure out from a video, because the episode hasn't came out where I'm at. So yeah. So Elsa's like I said in the last part, Elsa's going to be still defeated by Yami and Beatrice, but it's going to happen in a different way because it's a different time scenario with because Subaru's not there, and he trusts Yami and Beatrice to defeat Elsa. And Elsa's sister, the little Mobby's tamer, she's already being controlled by Beatrice. I kind of already established that, so she's not going to be in any trouble either. So it's just Elsa, and they already defeated her in the last episode, so it's all good. Now, Subaru then explains that that the rabbits are going to be coming to Garfield, and Garfield is starting to question, well, how does Subaru know this? And Subaru says, "I don't understand either, but I'm going to fix this, along with Asta. I just need to figure out where he is." And Otto says, "Oh, he's with Amelia." And then Subaru starts to notice that it's starting to get dark. "What time did we go into the trial?" "It was a couple of hours ago." So Subaru says, "You left Asta and Amelia alone for a couple of hours?" And he says, "No." Yeah, that's Subaru. He says, "Okay, he then runs away. He says, "I need to go and find Asta. I need to tell him what our plan is. Can you explain it to Garfield?" And Otto says, "Fine, I'll explain it." Because they already explained it to Ram if she wanted to join them or not. It's really not going to change that much because Subaru he's already packed. but Rom's going to join in her own way. But it's going to be a lot more easier for her to do what she does in the anime on the last episode, or yeah, the last week episode. So yeah, but these events kind of change. Garfield doesn't like trust Subaru like he should, because it's the second timeline, so he has a little bit on distrust. So he kind of ties up Otto. Yeah, this Garfield weird. Yeah, he kips out. He kidnaps Otto, and he puts him in the dungeon. And Rizu is asking, why did he do this? I don't believe them about the rabbits, but I know Roswell is being sus. I need him to explain more, and then I'll give him back Otto. And Rizu is like, do this, you must. Yeah, it's the white Rizu. Yeah, so yeah, Otto's the one that's gotten kidnapped. But anyway, it's time for me to go back to what Asta and Amelia were doing. And yeah, Subaru's coming to to see them. Okay, so basically, Asta was saying all the right things, not like that. He doesn't like Amelia like that. I wouldn't do that. Nope. I'm not petty to Subaru. Anyway, yeah. So he tells how he actually feels, and how he apologizes for forcing Amelia to do all this, and she should have did it on her own. Should have did it on her own, and not have to deal with all of this. But she can still do it and use her own strength, because she's a very strong woman. Yeah, I'm explaining this super badly. Yeah, Austin would say something cool, but I'm explaining this pretty badly. And he explains this for a whole hour. He goes into a monologue, and Amelia is just there listening, and she kind of agrees with Austin. And Subaru, like I said, it's been a couple hours, and now Subaru's starting to come, and Asta finally ends his speech that he's been doing for a couple hours. We'll never know what the speech is. And he says, "I deeply care for you," and then Subaru breaks in, and he says, "I will not allow this to happen." Yeah, and Amelia looks shocked, and Asta's saying, "Oh, I was just gonna tell her a story about how I deeply care for Sister Lily." Yeah, that's what Asta was going to, and that's all he was going to say, and also how he kind of cares about her, um, like that, and not like sis, and not. Okay, I'm explaining this super badly. Not like sis, like not like he like. Okay, I'm explaining this badly. Okay, in a respectful way, in a good friendship way. There we go. Boom. I fixed it. And he also tells Amelia that Subaru needs to talk to her. And Asta say, "It took you long enough. It seems like you're all right and healthy." And yeah, Subaru then slaps Asta on the head, and he says, "You need to stop making me worry. You too, Amelia." And Subaru saying, "Okay, I'm actually going to do it." And Asta saying, "Good luck then." And Asta leaves the room, and he says, "You'll be a changed woman, Amelia. I promise you." Yeah, so Subaru's just going to do his confession thing like in the anime. But it's not at the trial area. Yeah. I don't know how it would work in this situation, but it plans out pretty good, I guess. I don't know what Subaru would say in this like different situation, because he's not in much as stress as he was in the anime. So yeah, we'll see. You'll see what's gonna happen in a couple of minutes. Now anyway, let's get back to Ram and Asta. Yeah, Asta walks out of the room after speaking with Amelia for like for a couple hours, and he noticed that everyone is now looks like they're asleep. But he noticed that Ram is out, and he goes to talk to her. And okay, as Okay, I kind of messed up my edit. Anyway, as he gets closer, he sees that she's injured, and she finally looks at Asta, and she's saying Garfield has went into his his cat mode, and she barely got away from him. He's still in the forest, and he was running towards the heart of the sanctuary. That's where he was running to in his berserk form because he was trying to look for Rom. Like I said, he kind of lost control. And Asta saying, "Why would Garfield do this?" And Asta said, "I don't need to. I need to hurry up and deal with Garfield. Do you know the last place he was at?" And yeah, she explained where he was at, and he takes her to Amelia and Subaru. Yeah, so Subaru was already done explaining, and Subaru saying, "Why is she injured? And why would Garfield do this?" And yeah, Garfield is like, they don't know why would Garfield do this. Especially, it shouldn't be like happening in the second timeline. Maybe because how Subaru explained it to him. Maybe that's why. And Asta also noticed that Otto's not there, so he thinks something bad happened to Otto. "I'm going to try to find Otto. I need you, all three of you, to get to this to the trial area. And Amelia, I know you can do it. Promise me. I promise I'll be coming back with Garfield and Otto." And yeah, so Asta leaves, and he asks LeBay to be on guard. Now, yeah, so Asta tries to go find LeBay. Not LeBay. I mean Garfield. Now Asta starts to hear Garfield's roars, and Asta saying, "There he is." But as Asta is hearing these roars, he starts to feel something inside of his heart, and he's saying, "What is this? What is this feeling?" And he's starting to unlock his full power devil unity. And you might be saying, how's he getting this boost? It's not his full power devil unity. It's something like it. You'll see what I'm talking about. He starts to feel it, and he's saying, "I'm going to save everyone, along with everyone's going to help me save themselves too." Yeah, I don't know what Asta means when he says that. And he sees Garfield, and he tries to talk Garfield down, and Asta had to keep dodging attacks from Garfield, and Garfield wasn't listening to him. So Asta pulled out his anti-magic sword, and he tried to do a new attack, and he was trying to see if Garfield could use magic in that form. So he charges at a Garfield and see if he would use magic so he can repel it. But Garfield just bites at him and just takes a nibble off of his shoe. And Asta's saying, "Okay, I need to go full power on him before I get killed." And Asta then sees that Otto is wiggling his way out of the cave where he was being kept at. And Asta then saying, "I need to help Otto first, but how do I get rid of Garfield?" And Lebes says, "You can make the sword very large. I did it in one of the timelines." And I'm pretty sure that's what, like, he made the sword a lot stronger or longer in one of my episodes in this What If. I can't remember. Tell me if it's like a continuity error. Tell me, and I'll try to fix it and explain that he did something else. Now, Asta then uses his long black not the black divider, but when his sword gets extra long, and he throws it at Garfield, and Garfield couldn't catch it, so it hits him right down to the ground, and Asta goes to grab Otto, and he runs away with him. And Garfield, it takes a minute for Garfield to get up, and Garfield was still going berserk, and he was starting to tear all the trees around him into he's making carbon dioxide into the atmosphere in Lugunica, basically starting more global warming. Anyway, I don't know why I just went into that rant. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyways, now Garfield is starting to get closer to the villagers, and they starting to hear him, and they're also going to the church where Asta is like he's flying with Otto still tied up. He's starting to unloosen his ties so Otto can speak. And Otto is just saying that he's protecting. He's talking about the Rizu statue thing. You know, with the first Rizu, you should go back there. It should be not that far from away from there, and you probably should. I don't know what you should do with it, but it'll make him stop attacking you, and just lure him there. And Asta says, "Okay, I'll do that." And Asta finally gets back to the village, and he drops off Otto, and he runs back into the forest where he can find Garfield. And Garfield, like I said, was um, getting closer to the village, or the sanctuary village, you could say. And Asta actually finally did unlock his not like I said 50% of it, and he uses it, and he jumps into the air, and he then sees that he has another sword coming out, and he grabs that other sword, and Lebe says, "Okay, chant this chant with me." Lebe and Asta say, "The unseen double unity, hurricane," and Asta is just it's like an amplified Asta's black black hurricane attack, and it hits Garfield directly, and it brings him into a like a whirlpool hurricane, and it moves him over to where the trials are at. Like, that's how strong the attack was. And and when I say it's unseen, Garfield couldn't see it. Yeah, yeah, Miss Satellis just made this man OP. Okay, sorry for the bad edit. Yeah, my sister came in. Anyway, so basically, yeah, like I was saying, Asta, her hurricane with Devil Unity at 50% was able to bring Garfield all the way down to the ground at the trial area, and Asta didn't even notice how far that attack went, and he said, "That is so. How did I get this strong?" It seems that you have that with my Devil Unity, both of our powers increased because of what we have done in this world. It seems like our actions are making us this strong, or something. And Babette is saying that it looks like he's been defeated. I'll be going now. And Asta is still in the air, and he starts to fall, and he tries to catch himself, but he really can't. And yeah, and Asta keeps falling, and he sees that Roswell's there, and that Subaru is beat up, and Roswell is on the ground, and it looks like he also sees that a book is with Rom now. And he's saying, "What's going on? Why does Rom have that book?" And Subaru then uses the unseen hands, and he destroys the book. He didn't mean to use it. He just destroys it. And Roswell gets angry and tries to fire a fire attack at Subaru. And Asta pulls out his anti-magic sword, and he throws it at the fire that Roswell was about to do. And he falls straight to the ground, and it kind of does hurt on impact. And Roswell was like, "I forgot he can amplify. He can take away my magic." And Roswell started to scream at Subaru. He's saying, "Why did you destroy my book?" And yeah, and Subaru saying, "I didn't destroy your book." And Rom doesn't know how Subaru could have destroyed the book either. And Asta says, Um, you did destroy the book, Subaru, but that doesn't matter. You shouldn't be attacking us. We we are under Amelia. You shouldn't be attacking us for no reason." And Asta looks at Roswell and he says, "You've been trying to sabotage us for the last time, and now that this book's gone, you're going insane. Just think about how we feel. Think about everyone you've put in danger because of your actions." And Asta starts to stand up again, and he pulls out his second sword, and he says, "I might have lost my first one, but I can always get more." And he walks over to Roswell, and Roswell starts to charge up a very strong attack. And he's saying, "Oh, shut up, you. You're going to stop disrespecting me." And yeah, he's lost. He lost it. And Ram is trying to explain, um, what she kind of does in the anime about she's doing this to protect him, and she didn't want to do this, attack him like this. But Roswell kind of, yeah, this Roswell is quite different from the other Roswells. He's just a lot more. He's a lot more heavy. Like he likes to like kind of fight more because of all the events are not happening in his way, and he doesn't know what to do with all the other members of the Black Bulls coming out of nowhere and them messing with him. He should, and he only he doesn't know how they even got here, so that's why he's kind of like this. Anyway, yeah. So Asta will be fighting off Roswell for the next part. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm making this part short. It's like one of the shorter parts. Yeah. So basically, for the next part, I will be out the okay. So basically, the Roswell versus Asta is gonna happen, and yeah, Subaru. Yeah, Amelia went inside of the trial, to do the first trial, so that's why she's not there. And yeah, you'll figure out why he went there and why Subaru could use the unseen hands. For the next part. And oh my goodness, I keep saying "and." I forgot what I was about to say. Um, crap baskets. Oh, I legit forgot what I was about to say. Oh yeah, the rabbits will be happening in this next episode. So I had to do it like this because I didn't have a. I don't know how Subaru deals with the rabbits that are happening. It's probably gonna happen in this episode. For this week. So I'll make this part probably next week or the week after that. Yeah. And then I'll go into the manga stuff for the other what ifs too when I catch up like this one. And yeah. And before I go, I'm going to jump a little bit into the future. Amelia doesn't get out of the trials. She just stays in there. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of a sneak peek of the future one. Now, like I said, if you guys are still watching and you haven't clicked off the video, you're in luck. So I'm going to jump into the future while Amelia stays in the trial room to do all the trials at once, and she does take a break, but she doesn't go outside of the commotion because she doesn't hear it. And so Subaru sees I mean not Subaru, um Amelia sees Subaru, and she's trying to call out to him, and Subaru is saying, "You need to stay away from me. It's all over. You need to you gotta get out of here, out of the second mansion." Oh no, it's all. Oh my goodness, why would he do this? Why would Asta do this? And she just got done from seeing the first of the trial of the very far distant future, and she's seeing 1 year into the future, you could say. And Subaru's saying, "I lost my ability. Why did he take it? And I'm useless to you, Amelia. I'm so useless." And he walks away from Amelia, and Asta is at the end of the hallway, and he says, "Then you have to become useful again." and Amelia doesn't know what this is supposed to mean. And Subaru says, "I'll be seeing you soon, very soon." Yeah, and then Amelia goes straight into the the tea's the witch's tea party. Yeah, Amelia goes into it. While Asta and Roswell were and Subaru and Ram were kind of fighting, and Puck's gonna be there too, but you'll see that in the next part. Yeah, so that's what Amelia was doing, and with the rabbits gonna be coming in another 2 days. So yeah, just wanted to add that so what you guys won't be confused on what's gonna be happening, why Amelia is already gonna be meeting Minerva, the Witch of Wrath, if I'm correct, in the next part. So hopefully, you guys enjoyed. If you stayed in tune for the sneak peek, you'll see what Subaru is talking about in the future parts. In the future. Okay, I want you guys to stay safe, keep it chill. Yeah, sorry if the video is kind of short. It's shorter than my usual ones. So, okay, bye guys.